Imagine this. You're in a relationship with an amazing woman. She truly cares about you. She supports you with her whole heart. She puts you first, without hesitation, doing everything she can just to see you happy. She doesn't need you to ask. She's already giving, simply because she wants to. She listens. She respects you. She stands by your side when life gets hard. And when you're with her, you feel like the most important person in the world. Sounds like something everyone should experience, right? But here's the reality. Not everyone gets this. Some men are deeply loved by women, without even trying. Others, they're constantly chasing, always feeling like they have to earn attention just to be noticed. So, what's the difference? Here's the truth. Women don't commit because you're rich, handsome, or have status. They commit because of how you make them feel. When you embody 4 powerful qualities, which I'll share in this video, women won't just like you. They'll want to invest in you, emotionally, mentally, physically. And the best part? These traits have nothing to do with looks, money, or fame. They're about who you are, how you live, how you carry yourself, how you treat others. You've probably seen it before. A guy who's not rich, not particularly good-looking, yet women are drawn to him. Why? Because he has something real. He makes women feel safe, seen, and cherished. And that awakens something powerful, a natural desire to connect on a deeper level. When you show those qualities, everything shifts. Women start to prioritize you. They respect you. They feel drawn to the real you, not just the surface. But here's where so many men go wrong. They focus too much on impressing. They try too hard to be loved. And ironically, that kills attraction. The connection becomes one-sided, and she pulls away. If you've ever had a woman who was really into you at first, then slowly lost interest, chances are you stopped showing the very qualities that made her feel you were worth committing to. In today's video, I'm going to break down the 4 essential traits, the ones that make a woman choose you, stay with you, and give you her all. Once you understand these, dating stops feeling like a chase. You stop trying so hard and start attracting naturally. Because this isn't just about dating. It's about becoming a high-value man, a man of substance, a man who lives by his principles, a man who earns respect, not just in love, but in every part of life. If you're into Stoic-inspired content about mastering your emotions, staying grounded, and becoming truly magnetic, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And hey, if this message speaks to you, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Leave a 2. I appreciate the honesty. It helps me grow. Now, if you're ready to learn what truly makes a woman choose you, respect you, and stay with you for the long haul, stick around. Let's dive in. Sign number 1. You make her feel emotionally safe. Let's start with one of the most important foundations of a lasting, meaningful relationship: emotional safety. If a woman doesn't feel emotionally safe with you, she might still stick around for a while. She might smile, be affectionate, laugh at your jokes. But deep down, she'll stay guarded. She won't fully let you in. She won't give you everything: her trust, her vulnerability, her heart. But when she does feel emotionally safe, everything changes. That's when the relationship becomes real, not just exciting, but deep, stable, enduring. So, what does emotional safety actually mean? A lot of people get this wrong. They think it's about being soft all the time, never disagreeing, avoiding conflict, walking on eggshells. But that's not what she wants. Emotional safety means she feels free. Free to be her true, unedited, unfiltered self when she's with you, it means she doesn't feel judged. She doesn't feel criticized. She doesn't feel like she has to be perfect just to be loved. She knows, deep down, that when she opens up, you'll actually listen. You won't go cold. You won't go silent. You won't mock her, use her words against her, or make her feel small for being honest. And this matters more than you might think. Because women, especially today, live in a world full of pressure. Pressure to perform, to look perfect, to stay strong, to never show weakness. At work, in society, on social media, she's expected to have it all together. All the time. But when she's with you, if she can finally breathe, if she can exhale, take off the mask and just be raw, emotional human, that's rare. That's precious. That's what makes her feel not just attracted, but attached. Not just excited, but emotionally invested. And when a woman feels that with you, she doesn't want to lose it. So, how do you know if you're actually creating emotional safety? Here are 4 powerful signs you're showing up in a way that makes her feel safe, seen, and truly valued. 1. You listen, without trying to fix everything. This is a big one. So many men go straight into problem-solving mode the moment a woman opens up. She says something's bothering her, and boom, you're offering solutions. But that's not what she's looking for. She doesn't want a fixer. She wants a witness. She wants to feel like her feelings are valid, like someone is actually hearing her. So next time she opens up, pause. Don't interrupt. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't try to solve it. Just be present. Nod. Hold eye contact. Say, "I hear you. That makes sense. I can see why that would upset you." Sometimes that's all she needs, to feel close to you. 2. You never dismiss her emotions. Phrases like, "You're overreacting," or "Why are you even upset?" They kill emotional connection fast. Even if you don't fully understand what she's feeling, validate it. You don't have to agree with every emotion, but you do have to honor the fact that she's feeling it. Say something like, "I get it. That would have bothered me too." Or, "Thanks for telling me how you feel. I really appreciate that." It's not about solving the problem. It's about creating a space where she feels safe to feel. 3. You're consistent in how you act and how you show up. If you're warm and attentive one day, but cold, distant, or unpredictable the next, she won't know where she stands. And when a woman feels uncertain, she holds back. She protects herself. She creates distance. Consistency is how trust is built, and trust is the core of emotional safety. So check in with yourself. Do your words match your actions? Do you show up for her even when it's inconvenient? Do you stay steady, especially when things get tough? Because consistency says, "You can count on me." And when she believes that, she relaxes into the relationship. 4. You protect her vulnerability. Always. If she opens up about her past, if she shares something she's ashamed of or afraid of, you treat it like something sacred. You never joke about it. You never weaponize it in an argument. You never make her regret trusting you. A woman will only give her deepest self to a man who knows how to hold it gently. That's not weakness. That's emotional strength. And when you show her that, she will open her heart, all of it. So, what happens when you show up this way? She stops holding back. She stops second-guessing your intentions. She starts loving you fully, without walls, without hesitation. She gives more, supports more, shows up for you in ways you never even expected. Because emotional safety creates emotional devotion, not through manipulation, not through performance, but through presence, kindness, consistency. And no, you don't have to be perfect. But when you show up with calm energy, with emotional presence, with the kind of steady strength that allows her to exhale, that's when she falls. Not for your looks, not for your lifestyle, but for the man you truly are. And that is where deep love begins. Now that we've unpacked the power of emotional safety, let's take it even further. Because sign number 2 is something that doesn't just connect her to you emotionally, it awakens her respect, her admiration, her desire to be part of your life journey. Sign number 2, you have a clear sense of purpose and direction. Now let's talk about something that carries immense power, but is often misunderstood or completely overlooked. Purpose. A man with a clear sense of purpose isn't just attractive, he's magnetic. He moves differently, he thinks differently, he lives differently. And here's the truth. This one trait often separates two very different kinds of men. On one side, there's the man who naturally earns respect, loyalty, and deep emotional investment from women. And on the other is the man who constantly tries. He texts, he plans, he gives, he waits. But no matter how hard he tries, he can't seem to hold on to the relationship. He feels like he's doing everything right. But something's missing. That something is purpose. Most men have been taught that to win a woman's love, they need to do a lot. Text constantly, plan romantic dates, buy the right gifts, prove their worth over and over again. But the truth is, those things don't build real emotional connection. They might spark attraction, but they don't sustain it. What truly draws a woman in and makes her stay is this: a man who is pursuing something bigger than the relationship itself. Picture yourself as a ship. If you have no direction, you drift, you wander, you hesitate, and eventually you begin to doubt yourself. When that happens, something subtle but dangerous starts to form. You begin relying on the relationship to feel valuable, to feel needed, to feel like you matter. And that pressure, it doesn't feel like love to her. It feels like neediness, and neediness slowly kills desire. But when you're a man who knows where he's headed, when you're building something meaningful, working toward a mission that lights you up, you move through life with clarity, confidence, and conviction. You're not looking for someone to complete you, because you're already whole, already moving with purpose. That grounded energy, that steady self-leadership, that's what draws her in. Here's something most men don't realize. Women don't want to be the center of your universe. They want to walk beside you, not become your reason for existing. If your identity, your happiness, your sense of direction is entirely wrapped around her, over time she won't feel flattered. She'll feel pressured. She'll feel like she's carrying more than just her emotions. She's carrying yours too. And eventually she'll pull away, not out of spite, but because she's tired. But when she sees that you're already on your path, that you're moving towards something with focus and fire, she wants to be part of that journey. Not because she has to, but because she respects it, because it inspires her. Purpose isn't just attractive, it's transformational. A man with a mission doesn't just get attention, he earns admiration. And admiration is the gateway to lasting emotional connection. So how do you know if you're truly living with purpose? Here are 4 clear signs that show you're walking your path with power. 1. You're focused on growth and goals bigger than yourself. You're not obsessing over texts, not refreshing your notifications, not chasing validation. Instead, your time is spent building your career, your health, your inner world, your craft, your dream. You're moving in alignment with a vision that matters to you. And ironically, that's what makes you even more attractive, because you're vibrating on a higher frequency, one of maturity, intention, and self-respect. 2. You're steady in your values and decisions. Without purpose, a man becomes reactive. He drifts. He pleases. He avoids conflict just to keep the peace. But when you know your why, you stop compromising your truth. You become someone she can count on, because you're already someone you can count on. Your values aren't just words, they're the compass guiding your life. And that consistency? It's magnetic. Women don't want a man who's swayed by every wind. They want a man who steers his own ship. 3. You don't make her the center of your world. This is one of the biggest traps men fall into. You meet someone amazing, and you drop everything. Your gym routine, your passions, your purpose, gone. You orbit around her like she's the sun. At first it feels romantic, but over time, it starts to feel smothering. Because deep down, she doesn't want to be your everything. She wants you to have a life of your own. A life that's rich, full, and meaningful, with or without her. When you hold on to your identity, when you don't lose yourself in love, she doesn't love you less. She loves you more. She respects you, she trusts you, and she leans in with her whole heart. 4. You inspire her to grow too. When you live with purpose, it's not just about you. Your energy becomes contagious. Your discipline, your hunger, your focus, it challenges her to rise, to evolve, to dream bigger, to become her best self too. And that kind of partnership, that's not just romantic, that's legendary. Here's the bottom line. A woman only truly invests in a man when she sees a future with him. Not just a moment, not just chemistry. A future that excites her, that stretches her, that makes her feel like she's part of something greater than the relationship alone. Because at the end of the day, purpose is more than passion. It's the path you're walking. It's the story you're writing. It's the energy you bring into every part of your life. When she sees that you're focused, intentional, and not chasing anyone, but becoming someone, she doesn't just want to date you. She wants to walk beside you, to support you, to build with you. Not because she has to, but because she chooses to. And here's the truth. When you're living with purpose, you don't need to prove your worth. You become the proof. Your mindset, your actions, your steady presence, they speak for themselves. But there's one more piece. Because even the most purpose-driven man can lose a woman's respect if he lacks inner strength. If you can't stay emotionally grounded when life throws you off. If anger, fear, or pressure cause you to spiral. Then no matter how clear your goals are, she'll start to question if you can lead yourself, let alone a relationship. So in the next section, we're diving deep into what truly separates strong men from reactive ones. Sign number 3, you respect and appreciate her efforts. This one often slips under the radar. It's not as flashy as emotional safety. It's not as bold as purpose. But if you want a woman to stay loyal, to stay devoted, to give you her heart, her support, and the best of who she is, then this quality is absolutely essential. You must make her feel respected and genuinely appreciated. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever been in a relationship where she was the one making the effort? She texted first, planned dates, checked in on you, showed up for you with warmth, laughter, and love, and maybe you got used to it. Maybe it became normal, but then something shifted. She started pulling back. She wasn't as affectionate. The energy felt colder. The connection, not quite the same. And your first thought, she must be losing interest. Maybe she's found someone else. Maybe I need to chase harder, but pause. Because the truth might be something else entirely. When a woman stops trying, it's not always because she stopped caring. It's often because she stopped feeling appreciated. And when a woman feels like her efforts go unnoticed, when her care, her attention, her love is taken for granted, the emotional connection doesn't just weaken, it dries up. She doesn't leave right away. She doesn't always say it out loud, but inside, she slowly starts to close off. Here's why this matters. Women nurture relationships through action. They don't always say it with grand gestures, but they show love in the quiet, consistent ways. Asking if you've eaten, remembering the little things you said, softly encouraging your dreams. Picking up your favorite snack because it reminded her of you. Being your calm when the world feels chaotic. These moments might seem small, but for her, they're everything. And when those acts go unacknowledged, when there's no thank you, no pause to reflect, no genuine recognition, she starts asking herself the question no woman wants to ask in a relationship. Why am I even trying? Not because she's weak, not because she's selfish, but because she's protecting her heart from giving and not receiving. Now here's something a lot of men overlook. Men and women experience appreciation differently. Men often feel seen in the big moments, accomplishments, praise, rewards. But for women, appreciation lives in the everyday, in the small, in the subtle. She doesn't need flowers every week. She doesn't need over-the-top gestures to feel loved. She just needs to feel noticed. To feel like what she gives matters, that she's not invisible in her efforts, that her love lands in your heart. So how do you know if you're truly respecting and appreciating her? Here are 4 signs you're getting it right. 1. You recognize the little things she does. She brings you tea when you're tired. She stays up to talk when you've had a long day. She encourages your goals, even when she's overwhelmed by her own. And instead of brushing it off, you pause. You say, "Hey, I noticed what you did. Thank you. That really meant something to me." That one moment of acknowledgement, it fills her cup in ways you can't imagine, because when you notice the little things, she feels seen in a big way. 2. You don't treat her efforts like they're her duty. This is where a lot of men get it wrong. She's my girlfriend. Of course she should do that. She's not obligated to give you her heart. She chooses to. Every day. And the moment her love starts feeling like a job, like a checklist, she'll slowly stop showing up with that same open heart. Appreciation means remembering that nothing she gives is guaranteed. It's a gift. And when you treat it like one, she continues giving with joy. 3. You express gratitude without expectation. A mature man doesn't say thank you just to get something. He doesn't compliment her just to receive more attention, affection, or intimacy. Because women feel the difference. They know when your gratitude is transactional. Real appreciation is pure. It's offered without strings, without an agenda. You say thank you because you mean it, because you know how lucky you are to have her in your life. That kind of gratitude, it's rare, and it creates devotion. 4. You show your appreciation through action, not just words. Thank you is a beautiful start, but actions, that's where connection deepens. Sometimes appreciation looks like this: making time for her when she didn't even ask, asking her about her dreams, her struggles, her wins, surprising her with something meaningful just because, giving her rest when she's been giving too much, when she sees that her love is being returned in real effort. She leans in even more, not out of obligation, but out of joy. Because women thrive in relationships where they feel safe to give. So what happens when you truly appreciate her? She opens up. She softens. She stops questioning the relationship because she feels secure in it. She gives you more love, more energy, more vulnerability, more support. Not because she has to, but because she wants to. Because now she knows you see her, not just what she does, but who she is. But let me be real with you. Appreciation alone isn't enough. Because while being valued is essential, being challenged is just as powerful. Women don't just want to feel safe. They want to feel inspired, excited, alive. They want to grow. They want to evolve. They want to feel like they're becoming the best version of themselves, right next to someone who brings out that greatness. Sign number 4, you lead with confidence, not control. This one is a game changer. It's the trait that separates a man who earns lasting respect and devotion from the one who constantly struggles with power games, distance, and emotional disconnect. And it all comes down to this: how you lead the relationship, not with force, not with pressure, but with presence. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some men seem to effortlessly attract respect, loyalty, and admiration from women, while others deal with constant tension, jealousy, uncertainty, drama, power struggles? The reason: it's not about being the loudest in the room. It's not about dominating the relationship. It's about how they lead. Here's the truth. Women don't want to be controlled. They don't need a man barking orders, telling them what to wear, where to go, who to talk to, turning the relationship into a cage. But they also don't want a man who's passive, a man who can't decide, who needs constant reassurance, who makes them take the lead in everything. Because that kind of passivity, it doesn't feel safe, it doesn't feel stable. And when a woman doesn't feel secure in your leadership, she starts to question the relationship altogether. What women crave is balance. They want a man who trusts himself, leads with grounded energy, listens but stands firm, protects without controlling, guides not by force but with clarity. Because when you lead with confidence, not control, she doesn't feel dominated. She feels safe. She doesn't feel silenced. She feels heard. She doesn't feel caged. She feels free, but supported. And that, right there, is where respect is born. So what does leading with confidence really look like? It's not about getting your way all the time. It's not about being rigid or intimidating. It's about knowing who you are, being able to make decisions with clarity, providing a sense of direction without pressure. It's when you can say, "Here's what I'm thinking. I've got this. Let's figure this out together." It's that calm presence, that steady energy, that sense of, I can hold this space even when things get tough. And that is what a high-value man brings. The difference between confidence and control. This is subtle, but it makes all the difference. Confidence is influence. Control is force. A confident man doesn't need to manipulate. He doesn't need to yell. He doesn't need to guilt trip, threaten, or chase, because he knows who he is. He leads through consistency, through grounded energy, through quiet strength. A controlling man, he acts from fear, from insecurity, from the need to grip tighter because he's scared to lose what he can't trust. Confidence says, I trust myself. I trust her to be herself. And if she chooses to stay, it's because she wants to, not because I cornered her. Control says, I'm scared of losing you, so I'll monitor, restrict, manipulate, just to feel secure. But here's the reality. Control doesn't create loyalty. It creates resistance, because control takes away choice. And when a woman feels like she's losing her freedom, she'll begin to emotionally disconnect, even if she stays physically close. But confidence, it creates space, it creates trust, it creates a container where she chooses to stay. Not because she has to, but because she wants to. 4 signs you're leading with confidence, not control. 1. You take initiative and make decisions. You don't wait for her to plan everything. You lead with clarity. I booked us a table. Thought you'd love the vibe. There's something happening this weekend I want to take you to. Women are deeply attracted to a man who knows what he wants and moves on it. Not a dictator, but a decider. Not controlling, but intentional. 2. You set boundaries without fear, guilt, or drama. You don't tolerate disrespect. You don't get walked over. But you also don't monitor her phone. You don't keep score. You don't act like her father. You lead with calm strength. This is what I value. This is what I'm available for. And if it doesn't align, I'll walk, not fight. That's real power. 3. You stay grounded during conflict or challenges. When things get hard, you don't beg. You don't explode. You don't crumble. You stay rooted, focused, clear. You lead with emotional maturity, even when things are uncertain, and that calm in the chaos. That's what makes her feel, I can trust this man with my heart. 4. You earn respect by the way you live, not by demanding it. You don't ask to be respected. You embody it. You say what you mean. You follow through. You own your truth. You don't lead with fear or ego. You lead with integrity. And that kind of man, he doesn't have to convince her, because his energy speaks for itself. So what happens when you lead with confidence? Everything changes. She doesn't test you. She doesn't question you. She doesn't wonder if you're the one. She knows. She sees it in your actions. She feels it in your presence. Because with you, she feels safe. She feels seen. She feels free, but protected. And when a woman truly trusts you, not just as a partner, but as a leader, she gives everything, her time, her energy, her loyalty, her soul-level connection, not because you forced it, but because you became the kind of man who's simply worth following. In my personal opinion, a lasting relationship isn't built on sparks. It's not just chemistry, and it's never just about charming words or good looks. It needs something deeper, a foundation built on emotional trust, shared direction, and genuine effort. Because no matter how strong the attraction is in the beginning, if there's no substance, the connection fades. Here's what I truly believe. If you want a love that lasts, a love that feels good, not just looks good, you need 4 things: emotional safety, a clear sense of life purpose, sincere appreciation, and confident leadership. Never control. Yes, a woman might be initially drawn to your looks, your charm, maybe even your confidence, but if she's going to stay, she needs to know that when she's with you, she can finally breathe, that she doesn't have to perform, that she doesn't have to hide her flaws, her fears, or her full self. She needs to feel deep in her bones. With this man, I'm safe, I'm accepted, I'm home. No fear of judgment, no fear of emotional punishment, just space to be exactly who she is. I believe that a man of true value isn't chasing love out of need. He doesn't see a relationship as his identity. He doesn't try to fill a void by clinging to someone else. Instead, he has purpose. He's building something. He's living a life that already has meaning, with or without a partner, and that grounded sense of self, that quiet strength, that's what gives a woman peace of mind. That's what creates long-term attraction, not just fireworks. I also believe that appreciation is everything, not the kind that's loud or performative, but the quiet kind, the real kind, the kind that notices the smallest things she does and treats them like they matter. Because when a woman feels seen, when she knows her efforts don't go unnoticed, she gives more, she loves deeper, she shows up with everything she's got. But if she starts to feel like her love is just expected, like she's giving and it's never really acknowledged, she won't yell, she won't start a fight. She'll just slowly fade, silently, emotionally, bit by bit, until one day you feel her pulling away and you can't figure out why. And finally, leadership in love doesn't come from control. It doesn't come from dominance. It doesn't come from trying to own her. It comes from something far more powerful, inner steadiness. A confident man doesn't demand submission. He earns trust through consistency, emotional maturity, and clarity. He doesn't push. He doesn't pull. He simply stands firm in who he is. And that presence, that's what makes a woman feel, this is someone I want to walk beside, not because I have to, but because I choose to. In short, I believe that deep love doesn't come from trying to hold someone close. It comes from becoming someone they never want to walk away from. When you live by your values, when you stay on your path, when you keep growing, keep evolving, keep leading with heart, you won't have to chase loyalty. You won't have to earn love through effort, because the right woman, the one who sees you, she'll choose to stay, not out of fear, not out of habit, but out of devotion. And that, my friend, that's how you don't just attract a woman. You attract the right woman, a woman who's ready to give her whole heart, a woman who isn't confused, half invested, or playing games, but one who sees in you a man worth trusting, following, and building a life with. Let's take a moment to slow down and recap what we've covered today. Because this isn't just information, this is transformation, if you're willing to not just listen, but to truly understand, live it, and embody it. Because when you do that, you won't need to chase anyone, you won't need to prove yourself. You'll become the kind of man the right woman naturally feels drawn to and wants to stay with. Not out of fear, not out of obligation, but because she sees real value in who you are. Sign number 1, you make her feel emotionally safe. A woman can't open up. She can't love deeply. She can't surrender her heart unless she feels safe. When you bring emotional steadiness, when you're calm, grounded, and present, she exhales. She stops guarding herself. She lets you in. And she gives you the deepest, most beautiful parts of who she is. Sign number 2, you have purpose and direction. A man who knows where he's going, that's magnetic, because purpose creates presence, it creates clarity, and clarity gives her something to respect. She doesn't want to be the center of your world. She wants to walk beside you in the journey you're already building, live with direction. And she won't just love you, she'll admire you. She'll choose to support your mission. Sign number 3, you respect and appreciate her efforts. Here's what women never forget: the man who makes them feel seen. When you appreciate the little things, when you notice her effort, her care, her giving, she gives even more. But take her for granted. Ignore the quiet love she's offering. She'll start to pull away, not loudly, but slowly, silently, a sincere thank you, backed by thoughtful action, tells her, "You matter to me," and that makes her stay. Sign number 4. You lead with confidence, not control. A high-value man doesn't manipulate. He doesn't dominate. He doesn't lead from fear. He leads with presence, with clarity, with emotional strength. And when you lead from that kind of inner power, she doesn't question your worth. She feels it, she trusts it, she respects it, and she invests in it fully. And remember this truth: the relationship you attract is a reflection of the man you're becoming, not the man you pretend to be, not the man you perform as, but the man you truly are, in your values, your mindset, your actions. Live these 4 principles, not for her, not for validation, but for you, because when you live this way, you won't have to convince anyone to stay. You won't have to beg for love. You won't need to fight to be seen. The right woman will feel it. She'll know, she'll trust, and she'll choose you, willingly, wholeheartedly, and for the long haul. If you're truly committed to becoming a high-value man, hit that like button right now. Not just to support this video, but to lock in today's lessons. To tell your mind, this matters, and to help spread this message to other men out there. Men just like you, who are hungry to grow, evolve, and rise. We're building something powerful here. A brotherhood of men who lead with integrity, who choose purpose over passivity, who are done chasing and are ready to become. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Stoic Station channel and turn on that notification bell, because every week I'm dropping fresh, deep, and transformational content to help you master your mindset, build real, healthy relationships, and grow into the strongest, most grounded, and most magnetic version of yourself. And always remember this: when you commit to your growth, when you stay consistent, even when no one's watching, when you align your life with your highest values, you won't need to chase love. You won't need to force success. You won't have to beg to be seen. Because when you live with purpose, with presence, and with self-respect, the right opportunities, the right people, the right woman, they'll all be drawn to you, naturally, powerfully, consistently. So keep going, stay loyal to your journey, and never stop evolving, because this path you're on, it's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.